All right, Luis, we will take a look at your stroke from the side. So here is one of the first things I talked about. Right here in this frame, you've got nice extension here. We'd like to see you hold that until about in here somewhere. Maybe a little earlier than that. Somewhere in here. Hold that here and then pull back with that arm. So front quadrant swimming. Let's catch it on the next frame so we're a little closer in frame here. Entire arm extended out above the water. We can see your hand is barely in the water, but essentially the rest of your arm is out in front here. Go back here, and now the entire arm is definitely extended out. We see nothing underwater. Like to see that arm up like this, hand down like this, fingers enter, creating a little hole in the water, and the entire arm follow that through underneath the water rather than above the water. And here's the reason we want you to front quadrant swim. Right here is a great example of what a good catch looks like. The elbow might be a little bit higher, but basically we've got a nice, wrong, arm stretched out like this with the hand just coming down. That's the start of a good catch. And from there, the elbow could be a little bit higher, but basically you're pulling back. But prior to that, the hand is pushing down. All this top part here is your hand pushing down. That's in an effort to keep your hips up on top of the water. And your hips are sinking a little bit for two reasons. One, look at your eyes. They're way forward, so your head is up. You've got your body positioned like this, and then your neck up like this. We'd like to see that more in line. So that's the first reason, the head position. Also, when you breathe, we saw on the front view that you lifted your head a little bit out of the water. The second reason that you're having to push down is because of this extended arm above the water. Arm, anything, head up, arms out in front of the water causes hips, legs to fall in back of the water. The way we deal with the hips and legs falling is right here kicking, big bubbles back here, and then the second way is to push down with this hand. See that hand push down before we start to pull back. What we'd like to see with that hand, we come back to here, get rid of that. We want to see arm, forearm, hand. Next we do the catch, where the arm stays essentially in the same position, the upper arm. Forearm down just slightly, and the hand now points down a little further. And then from here, we'd like to see that elbow stay not quite in the same position, but to drop just a little bit, and then the forearm quite a bit more, and the hand, so that this elbow stays high the entire time. Next frame, the elbow dropped a little bit more, with the forearm like this, and the hand like this, so that the direction that this force is coming is more this direction than this direction. It's as if you're taking and wrapping that hand around a barrel. there a barrel or a log underneath there, you want to wrap that arm around there with a nice high elbow. That will keep your body in balance, create it such that you don't have to kick as hard and you don't have to push down. There was a good example of pushing down. So that hand, push, 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 push. And now, finally, all the way down here, we're going to start to do a little pulling. So all this up here is wasted energy. Well, it's not wasted in the sense that it's useful in getting your hips back up by pushing down like this, but it's doing absolutely nothing to propel you forward. And push down, 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 and finally somewhere in here, right back in here somewhere, you're going to start to pull, actually pull with that hand and create some forward momentum. So, arm entry, probably the biggest thing for you. Get that arm to enter fingertips first, followed by the hand, followed by the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Enter about 4 to 6 inches in front of your head and extend out underneath the water. Keep your head nice and low as you rotate to breathe. No lifting of the head. And that will help you with your balance. Ooh. Just saw an artifact of that balance. Look at that leg. Pointing way, way, way down. We'd like to keep that kick nice and compact. And only use the kick, you should only need to use it for rotation, to help you in rotating. Right here we see that kick, that big kick, and these bubbles that it's creating is going a little bit for propulsion, but a lot for keeping your body, your lower body in particular, up above, on top of the water. So, take care of that entry, and that's going to take care of this back end. So the entry is the area you should concentrate on. Single switch, triple switch, great drills for that entry. Doing fist drill is a great drill to help you in starting that pull earlier and not pushing down with the hands. So single switch, triple switch, and fist drill are drills you should be doing pretty much for a while here every time you go out to swim. Work on those things and your swim stroke's going to improve and you're going to get faster. Good job, Luis.